My name is Dr. Teresa Larson, and I am the founder of Movement RX, and I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I assist leaders and business owners grappling with client loss, employee retention challenges, and business scalability issues that stem from the leaders' own mental and physical well-being blind spots. I do this through teaching business owners and leaders how to create a competitive advantage by dialing in their own well-being across 5 key health categories that impact how they show up for themselves, their people, and their families. The personal results are leaders that are able to thrive in their roles at home and at work. The business results are a stronger and more vibrant company culture, a business without hidden friction slowing it down, and most importantly, happier, empowered, and more engaged human beings. For the past 10 years, my team and I have worked with hundreds of business owners and leaders who in their first year of working with us have achieved breakthroughs like increasing revenue by 20% or solving the great resignation within their organization. However, most importantly, we have helped thousands of human beings, from leaders to their people, feel better and more empowered on a daily basis to handle all the challenges that come with growth and living a full life.
Hey, I want to take a second to just give a massive shout out to Teresa Larson. I had the rare opportunity to actually spend some time with Teresa at one of her events that she was putting on. And I got to tell you, it really opened my mind to more things than I was really thinking about as a CEO. And we all need somebody like Teresa to just kind of kick us back on the tracks and really keep us going every single day.
I am excited to connect with you about your event and would love to talk to you about how we can partner together to make your event a wow moment and experience for everyone who attends. If you are interested in learning more about our leader-focused competitive advantage trainings for your business, connect with me by signing up for your competitive advantage training call using the link provided. Remember, your well-being matters.
Welcome to HomeFront Sitrep. I hope you're in for a great show today, because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront Sitrep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting. Welcome, everybody, to a Monday edition of HomeFront Sitrep. How is everybody? Candace, how was your weekend? And you've been on a little sabbatical. How was your little sabbatical?
It was wonderful.
Yeah, you had a great time up in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. I went to Massachusetts. I came back a Patriots fan and a Marine girlfriend.
Oh man, God help us, Lord, Lord help us. The Marine girlfriend. Okay, Patriots fan, you got to leave.
No, it's just a hoodie. I'm not a fan. It's just a hoodie.
No, I hear you, man. No, we're in for a great show today. I mean, my weekend was great. My wife got baptized on Sunday. As she got baptized as a child, she got sprinkled, back in the day. And then she made the choice to get baptized on Sunday as an adult. Our two daughters, Grace and Lo, they baptized her, which is amazing just to see their journey, progress as it, from where we started at 20 plus years ago to where we are now.
It's special.
It's definitely special. And then, this month, I got asked last year to do a lot of to incorporate more female veteran service organizations and show the female veterans a little bit more love, which me, and female veterans have always been near and dear to me because they've always been overlooked. And then when somebody said, well, you need to do more. Well, unfortunately, at the time, there was not a whole lot of organizations that were geared strictly to female veterans.
But you're doing it now.
But this month has been a lot of lady loves. We had She's the Veteran. Now we're going to have She Served Sheroes. Hey, I did it. We had KDVA Women's Veterans Coordinator on last night. Then we got Lady Connect coming up, and we got some other female service organizations as well coming up. But with that being said, tonight, like I said, we have She Served Sheroes. There's the website right there, and it is a private group on Facebook that you can join. They also have a podcast that you can go join. And bringing onto the stage right now is Miss Marquetta. She is the co-founder of She Served Sheroes. How are you doing tonight?
Well, hello. I am doing wonderful. So glad to be here. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're doing great. I'm ready for an exciting show and finally figure out what you guys do. I've done my research on you guys, but I think our listeners and our watchers would like to know a lot about you and your organization.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are focused primarily, even though we welcome everyone, we are focused primarily on women of color, veterans specifically, to amplify the journeys and stories of us specifically. Sometimes women veteran are not comfortable going into veteran service organizations that are, or even the VA healthcare system because of MST and different experiences. So we want to be a space that is welcoming to our specific demographic to help them get connected to the resources and other like-minded individuals.
Yeah, we were talking with Dina Parat from KDVA last night, and she was saying, something similar to that, where female veterans, they don't feel comfortable going to the VA and basically being recognized, because a lot of times the VA was geared to male veterans, and nowadays, I think it's slowly transitioning to where it's for both genders, which I don't think it's transitioning fast enough. Say that fast.
But thanks to people like you bringing awareness. Thank you for showing the women veteran love and doing your work to bring more awareness. So it's definitely the other organizations that help as well. So we thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. And it needs to be out there that the female veterans are not getting the love that they deserve. And, back when, old Corps, so people consider me new Marine Corps. So I joined in 97 and I got out in, got out in 01. And then got recalled back in, and I was in until 2004. The female veteran population, for me, I didn't see, because I was infantry. I didn't see females unless I was on base and went to dental or went to the hospital or something of that nature. So, but I was raised in a house full of women, and I live in a house full of women. So for me, the female veteran needed to be out in the forefront more than they were. So if I can spread the word, whether it be my faithful listeners or the people that are watching on your site right now, and get the word out there about what you guys are doing. I'm here for it. So tell us a little bit about your background. You're military, so let's start there.
Yeah, absolutely. A fun story I love to share. A friend of mine thought that it would be a great idea to join the military after the first year of college, that we would join the buddy program. We did our due diligence looking in the yellow pages and went to the first recruiter we found. Uh, and we actually thought that we were going to be joining the reserve, but we actually ended up talking to an active duty recruiter who was an Air Force recruiter. He had us immediately take like an ASVAB test. We took the test. He let me know that my scores were so high that if I left as soon as possible, I would get a great job. But I needed to leave as soon as possible to get that great job. So the friend whose idea it was, of course, decided she wasn't going to do anything at all. But here I was ready to go to the Air Force, open general, because I have a great job waiting for me. So when I got to basic training, I learned that kind of meant I was going to be a cook or a cop, is what I learned there. And I was filed into the cook aspect, which in the Air Force is really running the dining facility. We do mortuary affairs. We do the fitness center, base lodging. So it's really just like hospitality management, basically.
Okay.
And I enlisted in 99. In 2001, I was sent to Saudi Arabia a week before 9/11 happened. So I went from Escon Village in a Air Force villas type space, enjoying the pool, and immediately went into real world, got sent over to Prince Sultan Air Base to be part of the support, and realized I was actually in the military legit. So I was stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base. That was a big part of it. I left a 1-year-old behind who didn't recognize me at all 4 months later, my first baby. So learning how to transition back with that as well, with being a mom, with being away from baby, and trying to figure out how to do everything during that time. Right when 9/11 happened, it was a very, very sensitive time, a lot to get acclimated back to. So quite an experience during that period.
Yeah, definitely. So you always hear about the male aspect of, having to deploy and leaving the children and not coming home. But a lot of people don't look at it that the female service members, they deploy as well, and they have to leave children as well. And we've talked about it on numerous occasions where if you're serving on active duty and you have children and you have to deploy, and everybody says, well, only veterans have PTS, and I'm like, no, because the families, you got to look at the families that are involved in there as well. But they have PTS from mom or dad having to leave and deploy, be gone for 4 6 months to a year or longer, and they, depending on age, they also think, well, is mom or dad coming home? Will I get to see them again? So I think a lot of organizations overlook children, and they also overlook the parents of the soldier or the Marine. They always overlook them as well, because like if Candace went to Iraq today, well, her mom and dad's going to be worried sick about her. So why not focus on the parents of the service member as well? So
Your spouses too.
yeah, spouses as well. So how long has She Served Sheroes been around?
So She Served Sheroes actually was just birthed really within the last quarter of last year. I'll rewind just a little bit, if you don't mind, and tell a little bit about my story and how we got here. So awesome. So that when I was back in Saudi Arabia and all of that with my son, that was kind of one of my first times really having to lean into community, find my people, and figure out how to get back into a normal way of life. A year later in my military experience, I was faced with having to be deployed again, but this time I was told that I had to take the anthrax inoculation series, which I was really uncomfortable with for just many of reasons, especially during that time period. And so I tried to do everything I could to fight the inoculation series, but I ended up being the first person to disobey that lawful order at my base, and was more kind of made an example of, which led to my second time of really leaning into community. This time, my community back at home, finding people who knew just different people that were in politics and able to get some character letters to get me away from that misconduct discharge and the article that I was facing.
Mm.
So in that period of life was kind of when I really learned the value of leaning into community, which is kind of what I talk about and how She Served Sheroes was born. When I got out, because I was discharged under a general discharge, even though I was not, didn't get that article or misconduct, I thought that was just the end of my service. I didn't realize at that point that I was even a veteran. I just knew that like for 4 years, I served, almost 4 years shy of, and then I was kicked out and that was the end of that. So about 10 years after I got out of the military, I faced a really low point in life. When I got out of the military, I did further that hospitality management. I opened a lot of chain restaurants. I was a training manager, a manager that just traveled in different areas. And so, you know, I appreciated my military service. It just wasn't something that I talked about or really dealt with at all. So 10 years later, I found myself facing a lot of deaths. My grandmother, who partially raised me, a close aunt, and then I tumbled into a really bad relationship, ended up having another child, found myself in just the lowest point and homeless from everything that had happened. Lost my job, just all of the things spiraling down, and just ran out of what I should be doing with life right now. And someone said, you know, you're a veteran. You should look into seeing what kind of support and what kind of help you can get. Like, you've never asked anyone for anything. You can get help. And I was kind of like, man, I didn't retire. I didn't serve 20 years. I don't think that there's anything that anyone is going to do to help me. So I know there are people out there that feel like that. Lo and behold, turns out I'm a veteran.
Right.
How about that?
How about that? It did for something. So I ended up getting all kinds of help for the first time with things to help me get a job again, clothes to get a job, getting me out of transitional housing into a place. Like, just all of these doors started opening, right? I actually faced the things that I faced in Saudi Arabia. I didn't know that those things actually affected me. Started getting therapy for the first time. This whole new world of things kind of just opening up right as I'm facing the end of grief and all of these different things. So that's what got me active in the veteran community. And after I got back on my feet, I just started trying to be a resource to others. And so fast forward, during the pandemic, I moved to Las Vegas now I'm ready to use my VA loan. We're ready to buy a house. I'm in my second marriage and everything is going wonderful. And now I'm going to come to Las Vegas and really be helpful out here and just move forward with all the plans I have in life. 4 months after I got here to Las Vegas 2.5 years ago, I lost my husband to COVID.
Sorry to hear that.
No problem. I appreciate that. At that point, you know, I'm a girl from LA, South Central. I've been in the military, all of these things. I've always heard the word resilient floating around me. You know, you're badass, you're resilient. This was the moment that actually broke me. You know, that I no longer wanted to be on this space, on this planet. I've overcome too many adversities, you know, to finally have the love of my life and everything, and that be snatched away from me. It was just too much. I immediately knew that if I were going to continue to wake up, I had to get some serious help. I had just moved to Las Vegas, like I said, and the only thing I knew to do was to try to turn into the veteran community. I did. I received grief counseling. Once again, I wasn't working with my husband. We're working on making dreams come true. I'm enjoying the good life. Now I immediately have to find employment, have to find full-time employment. And I found all of these things, help getting my resume, all of these things within the veteran community immediately. The profession I ended up going into, I ended up becoming a veteran career coach. So my job was to help veterans get on their feet.
Oh, nice.
Right? And provide grant funding and opportunities for employment. And so during that time, over the past 1.5 years here in Las Vegas, I just have dug in feet first into the veteran community.
That's awesome. Thank
you. I ended up starting a for-profit business with a partner of mine, the other founder, who is an advocate, not a veteran, but my, sister friend. We started a business together because I've always done project work. And so I had contracts coming in, but because of still going through grief and taking on the full-time job, I just couldn't handle everything. But there was one client that I did want to come back to work for, but I said, I'm going to need a partner to come back. And she allowed my partner to come with me. We ended up filing our LLC and business started to come to us. So we joined this program with Bunker Labs. I'm almost done. I know I can just talk.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Like, keep coming.
So we joined this program with Bunker Labs. Bunker Labs specifically works with the veteran and spouse population to help with their businesses. So with Bunker Lab, if you're looking to scale to the next level, they have 3 different kind of programs, cohorts that you can go through. So we did the first program, which was just 6 weeks. And this one was called Breaking Barriers in Entrepreneurship with Women. Then we got into the 6-month program, Veteran in Residence program, where they're kind of helping us with the business that we started. And we're getting all of our ducks in a line, but we're realizing that our customers basically are becoming female veterans. And we're hearing all these stories and different women veterans that have their own businesses. And we're like, we really want to give this a platform and give this life so that women can hear these other things along the way. Just right now, I talked about housing. I talked about just all of the things that I've used upon my life. And it's not looking for a handout, but when things arise, where do you go to even turn? Where do you even start? And we all know about different things, but it's through sharing that knowledge that we learn more. So as these veteran women are coming and we're telling them about Bunker Labs, and I'm telling them about my experience with the Wounded Warrior Project and all these different veteran organizations, we just start to build a community. So we decided from there, we knew what we were looking for. So we know what we're going after, what we want this to look like. But we decided to start the community and launch it with a podcast and an online community of just resources and sharing stories. But our vision is to be a full standing veteran service organization.
So are you eventually are you a 501c3 now, or?
We have applied for our 501c3. Like I said, we literally just started inviting people to the community in September. We launched the podcast in November, and now we're on our 2nd season interviewing with the podcast now. And
Nice.
So we're waiting for our paperwork to come back from the state as a 501c3.
It's such a fun wait, isn't it?
Right. In the interim, we have partnered with a larger organization. So I hope you guys hear about this more, especially as you're bringing awareness to Women Veteran. Women Veteran Alliance is a larger women organization. And they have had for the past 3 years now a women conference that's being held virtually nationally. And it's just growing and growing. So we're all kind of online together. And then locally in your city, you kind of have your own breakout and what you're doing in person. So She Served Sheroes has aligned with the Women Veteran Engage Conference, and we will be hosting in Las Vegas. And there will be like 13 other cities across the nation so far that have signed on board to present this conference on April 27th called Women Veteran Engage.
Well, that's awesome. So I have a private group for HomeFront Sitrep as well, which is veterans that watch the show and just veterans that I meet randomly. We'll bring them into the fold and they can see what we're doing. And so if you want to join that later and share some of the things that you got going on for female veterans, I would greatly appreciate that, because you have a little bit of bigger hand on the pulse of it than I do, even though that I trying to bring the love for the female veterans out there. And when we get off of here tonight, I'm going to send you Brooke Jackson Kahn. She's the veteran down in South Carolina. That's her organization, and I think you two linked together could make some wonderful things happen, because she's very passionate about what she's doing down in South Carolina, and it seems like what you're doing up there in Las Vegas, you're very passionate about it. So,
And what about
Dr. Larson?
Yeah.
So Dr. Larson is a Marine Corps veteran. The first commercial that you saw at the beginning, that's Dr. Teresa Larson. She's a Marine Corps veteran, and she's an all-around badass. I can send you her information as well. And awesome. She's up in Colorado.
Yeah, he's all about like helping in the businesses and
yes.
the workforce and things like that. So
yes, so I'll send you their information, and you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, Willis sent me your information," so that way you guys can get linked together. I'd love to see what transpires from that. I think that would be simply amazing. So, so now your podcast, you bring on female business owners, entrepreneurs. So tell us a little bit about your podcast, and how you go about finding your guests and stuff like of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely. So, initially, just from our network, again, back to Bunker Labs, all this free publication they're getting. But with these cohorts that are in individual states ran, you also have the opportunity to network nationally. So I go to different women veteran conferences. I try to stay very involved, and you start just kind of seeing the same faces over and over again. Also with conferences, there's that Whova app. I don't know if you guys know that app, WHOVA. But there's this app that at conferences, you can be connected kind of ahead of time. So for me, I will literally go through a conference, look at the speakers, look at the commonalities. So before I ever step foot in a conference, I know who I'm targeting, who I want to speak to, and who I'm walking away with a connection with. And
All right.
with our podcast, and then I've started joining these different podcasting groups on Facebook, just to kind of get more expansion. But even from our first season, the reason why the women are from different states is because we've met them at either conferences or someone who knows someone that I've been stationed with, many moons ago when that was, or things like that. And really, it's the same format. I ask pretty much the same questions, but because every woman has a different experience and a different business, they all look completely different. And, there's these specific little niches that we've been able to tap into, like one veteran woman that we interviewed that works specifically with veterans that have misconduct discharges and have been incarcerated. I've never heard anyone say that they work specifically with veterans that have faced incarceration. There's one woman that we talked to that with the HUD VASH program, which is that transitional housing for veterans, she's building tiny homes so that when veterans are going through this, they're not like in some slum area, but they have a tiny home that, is helping them in transition. Or even today, actually, for season 2, I interviewed a guest that is a metaphysics practitioner. And she kind of talked about not going, but outside of mental health and the chaplain, what other resources you can kind of get to tap into your own PTSD and figure those types of things out. So just kind of a little bit of all over the place, women's stories that are reaching out to other people.
Okay. So out in Las Vegas, they were one of the original tiny home communities for homeless veterans. They got the Veterans Village. I think it's Veterans Village 1 and 2. And they were made out of shipping containers, if I remember correctly, which that was something that we were trying to duplicate here in Kentucky. We were going to do a tiny home on 5 acres. It's going to be a tiny home community with 27 houses on it, a community center, a chapel, and a little business park. It was really, really neat on how Luckett and Farley designed it, which Luckett and Farley, if you know anything about Kentucky, Kentucky's known for the Kentucky Derby. Right. Well, Luckett and Farley was the architects that designed the Kentucky Derby park there, with the Twin Spires and stuff. So, or Churchill Downs. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. But Churchill Downs, they helped design that, and they came on and designed this tiny home project area that we were going to be doing for free, because it was for veterans, and it was simply amazing. And then unfortunately COVID happened and we couldn't get the funding for it, and just a lot of other things happened. But I'm talking with Dana Spain from Veterans Villages up in Pennsylvania. They just created a 47 unit building that's like Lego blocks. They prefab them offsite, bring them to the site, set them in, and they're like Lego blocks, and they're apartments, and they're
I think the material is called Gigacrete.
I think, yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it's pretty neat how they do it. And it's top of the line, like the mayor and stuff said, well, I would live in this apartment. So, but yeah, I'd like to get you connected with, like I said, with Brooke down in South Carolina, Dr. Larson. There's also, we do a Tip of the Spear Veterans Roundtable, which we'll have on Wednesday. So it's my podcast, the Triple Threat podcast, the Misfit Nation podcast, the Decision Hour with Adam Bird. And what we do is we bring special guests on from around the country, and we just basically talk about what's going on in the world today. And it could be any topic. It's not just veteran related, but anything. We do. So I'm definitely going to bring you on because you are a podcaster. I'll bring you on and we'll get you involved in that. And then Adam Bird, who runs Heroes Media Group, I don't know if you've heard of them. What he does, he has a platform for podcasters, veterans that wrote books. There's all kinds of things that HMG does. So I'd like to get you introduced with Adam Bird as well. I'm not on HMG yet, but we will be hopefully next month. We'll be underneath the HMG umbrella. So I would like to get you introduced with him because that'll help you reach more for the female veteran side of things. So to help
Absolutely.
you get your word out. So
Thank you. And congratulations to you as well.
well, thank you. I'm excited. Next month on the 28th will be 1 year that I've been doing podcasting, and we started out audio only. We did one a month or one a week. Every Sunday we did one, and then now we're doing Sunday, Monday. So we're doing 2, 4, 6, 8 a month right now, and
sometimes more.
And sometimes more, yeah. And then when we throw in the tip of the spear, that's an extra one, and so, yeah, I'm excited about what you guys are doing, and I want to help you any way that I can. If somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would somebody get in touch with you?
I would say right now, She Served Sheroes, and that is going to be on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and our website, sheservedsheroes.org, Linktree being She Served Sheroes as well. I checked our Google recently, and if you type in She Served Sheroes, you will definitely see my face and all of our social media platforms.
That's awesome. So what kind of events do you got coming up? You got any events coming up soon, or?
Yeah, so actually, we are planning our first, I told you the national event is Women Veteran Engage, and that's going to be on April 27th, 2024. That's something that can be joined nationally or locally. We're still TBD on our building, but we will be hosting here in Las Vegas. And then on February 4th, so like I mentioned, we just started our for-profit business a year ago. She Served Sheroes within the final quarter last year. So we are actually going to have an online celebration for our 1-year anniversary of business and for the first season of She Served Sheroes. Talking to our community, we kind of put a poll out there on what resource we can help our community with right now. And from what we got back, it looks like other people are interested in digital marketing as well. So we're all about documenting everything that we do as we do it anyways. So we've created an ebook for our community on how to start their community and what they can do. So we're looking forward to giving that free resource out to everyone that comes to celebrate with us that is interested. And we're looking forward to more in-person events throughout the year as well. But for now, it's our first online event, February 4th. And then the national event we're partnering with on April 27th. And then we'll be releasing our season 2 of She Served Sheroes podcast in February 12th will be when we come back out.
Now, what's the frequency of your podcast? Do you do one a week? You doing multiple per week? What's the frequency?
Ironically, we do Sundays once a week. We started with on Sundays as well. So we'll be continuing to fill that space on Sunday with season 2 as well. And now I'm just trying to get comfortable with getting out there and kind of sharing my story. Again, when we started this, it was what we wanted to do for the community. And then we decided to use myself as the avatar. So I'm just trying to really sit in and get comfortable with being the face versus I'm used to supporting and contract work and taking care of people from behind. So just trying to get out there so that I'm comfortable with doing this.
Right. Now, I will tell you, your story draws people in. Like when you were telling us your story, me and Candace were just glued to the screen here. My buddy James Thornton, I don't know if you can see the comments over here or not. James Thornton, he was during, the movie Black Hawk Down.
Mhm.
James was actually there during the Mogadishu Mile, and his story. Like if you listen to his story, it's just like, and it draws people in, and what happens is a lot of times if you got a veteran, especially a female veteran that doesn't want to talk. When she's by herself or within a group of people, well, once you tell your story, that makes that female veteran or male veteran want to open up, because they understand that you went through something similar to what they went through. And James, like I said, his story, James is an ambassador for Warrior Rounds. Warrior Rounds is an organization down in Nashville that takes veterans and pairs them with Grammy award-winning singer-songwriters, and they write a song about that veteran's life. And
Yes.
first time I met James, they played me his video, and it literally brought tears to my eyes. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, when you go out and you do these community engagements and you're telling your story, that brings people to you. And what that kind of humanizes you, instead of somebody looking at, oh, well, stop it, James.
I may have met James. I had the opportunity, James, to sit in a room at the MCON conference. The first one was this year in Las Vegas, with the president of the Women Veteran Memorial, Phyllis Wilson, and they're writing, this organization you're talking about, they're writing a song for the Women Veteran Memorial. And we kind of got to hear, I was fortunate enough to be in a room where I got to hear the first verse of that. And I wish I could think of the hook right now, but it was immediate. Tears to the eyes. I know what you're talking about, that. Yes, they are writing the hits and just telling stories, but it's like you feel it instantly. Yes.
So his was longer than I thought. And it's just like, man, it just brings a tear to your eye. And they do. And he had Bobby E. Boyd, who co-wrote, Rascal Flatts, Bless the Broken Road. Mm-hmm. So, and that's multi-award-winning song, and he co-wrote the song with James, and I'm telling you, it will bring a tear to your eye. And so getting back, because we're kind of getting off track with
I have a question for you.
Shoot it.
So you have, where you're talking about building these relationships, I call it networking. That's just what I do. It's networking and building that relationship with all of these different contacts. So you were talking about having these people that are essentially all over the nation. Right? So, and I know you're based in Vegas, and some of these things that you're doing are in Vegas, but having the podcast and having these contacts other places, as far as She Serves Sheroes. Look, I'm going to jinx myself. Where do you guys reach out to? If there's somebody, does it matter where somebody is for them to be able to reach out to you and go, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need help with. So you're not just stuck in the Vegas area.
Not at all. Okay. We are working on building our resource page as well. Just, broken down into the sections. Mm-hmm. So that whatever you're looking for, you can kind of receive. And in our plan, we are looking at how we can start in different cities. The goal and the vision is to be almost a VFW, specifically for women veterans, because, there are these, like I said, different organizations where I can go, I can prove that I'm a veteran. I can prove that I, should maybe belong in this space, but I don't feel necessarily that the space was designed for me.
Right.
And so we're looking to answer that, a space where if I'm not comfortable, but I want to get these answers, I want to understand, where you can kind of just go to this safe space, and then we can direct you to the VSO or whoever it is that you need to be in contact in the community to get the service that you're looking to be provided.
That's awesome.
See, I like that, because you hit it kind of right on the head, that a lot of female veterans, don't feel comfortable in VFWs or American Legions and stuff, that's geared to more male oriented or male driven areas.
Well, there's no focused on a bar.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not talking about any service organizations, really more so on a space that you feel like, okay, this space was for me, right? We're all part of this bigger umbrella, right? But this aspect, this one was designed with me in mind.
Right. Yeah. And that should be, that should be more prevalent than it is now. And I think it's slowly getting to that point where there are more safe spaces for female veterans. And I think it needs to be out there, really, honestly. So, man, yeah. So time has flown by. So I'm gonna open it up to our audience that is watching right now.
I feel like we started late.
Well, we did a little bit, but if you're out there and you're watching, do you guys have any questions for our lovely guest? Let's see if anybody. I'm about to put the Jeopardy clock up there.
I know it.
Yeah.
We got some good ones watching tonight.
Yeah, we do have some good people watching.
I mean, everybody watching is good people, but like, I've been MIA for a little while, so it's nice to see some friends right now.
So Danny said garlic.
Yeah,
it's
not as funny when you say it.
I know, right?
Mm-mm.
So Dan, my buddy Danny, I served with him in 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines. He was there a couple months before me, but he's from Massachusetts. I always give
the Marine shirt today.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nobody is asking any questions, so I'm gonna play the bills real quick, and then I'm gonna come back, and then we'll wrap the show up. So stand by.
Sounds good.
All right. So if you're out there and you're listening and you're in the music industry, if you're a singer songwriter, if you're a venue promoter, check out my buddies at talenttalents.com, or you can go to Louisville Local Entertainment and check out Rick Ames, what he's doing locally here in Louisville. So here are my videos.
Owner of Talon Talents here, and I just want to say that we are ecstatic to be a major sponsor of HomeFront Sitrep, a community that is ran by veterans and made for veterans. So thank you for tuning in. Talon Talents was formed in order to create a music scene that was together in the form of a collective, so that no one has to do everything on their own. And guess what? We've been doing this for free for over a year. So please go and check out Talon Talents through Facebook or through our official website at www.talontalents.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for tuning in to HomeFront Sitrep, a veteran-owned and operated podcast.
My name's Rick Ames. I own Louisville Local Entertainment, a company for music shows, promotions, and bookings in the Louisville music scene. As a veteran, it's my honor to support and sponsor local veteran-owned businesses such as HomeFront Sitrep, made by veterans for veterans. So if you're in the music business and need some help booking or promoting a show for free, look me up, Louisville Local Entertainment. And thanks for tuning in to HomeFront Sitrep.
All right, we are back. All right, so do you have anything that you want to share going forward before we end the show?
I would like to leave my email address, info@sheservedsheroes.com. If anyone is looking for directly, get it in touch with us, info@sheservedsheroes.com.
So it's info.
Are we both doing it?
info@sheservedsheroes.com. And if there are any women veteran that want to share their story, their journeys, and how they got there, because they think that it will help the community, as well as community leaders and experts in their fields. We want to hear from you. You know, even if you're not a veteran, but you have a resource that veterans can tap into, or just something that you think that would be very beneficial for the veteran community, we want to share those stories, resources, and journeys.
Awesome.
Help me out. You said it was what at
Info at SheServedSheroes.com.
Good job,
Look
Willis.
at that, Willis. You can say it 5 times fast now.
Come on, do it. Try it.
No.
I'll give you a crown.
No, I got 2 crowns. I got
3.
3 crowns.
Nope. Don't start chewing them.
I know, right? Red's my favorite color. You know, if I get hungry.
I'm gonna find those bubblegum ones.
Well, they have a Crayola drink now, like it's an alcoholic beverage, and I'm like, I don't drink anymore, so
I'll just find you the bubblegum crowns.
oh, okay.
You chew on them on the podcast.
Well, I will tell you, tonight's been awesome having you come on here and sharing your story, and then your journey into what you're doing, and how big your servant heart is, because a lot of people don't realize that veterans, when we sign on that dotted line, it's not because we were forced to do it, it's because we wanted to do it. And then when we get out, we lose that purpose. Like you said, you went down that rabbit hole. When you got out, you didn't have that purpose, and now you found that purpose again, and I applaud you for that. And your story is inspiring. That's like with me, you know, when I got out of the Marine Corps in 2001, before 9/11 happened, I was in a rut, and then 9/11 happened. I got recalled back in, and I was in until 2004. And then when I got out, you know, I dealt with the shit that I saw in Haiti and other areas. And I didn't do the VA thing right away either. Like I'm just now going through my VA journey now.
Just now.
And my night trimmers and stuff like that. When I helped veterans, when I was involved with veteran service organizations, it helped minimize it. It didn't do away with it, but it helped minimize it. And that's why we gotta have that purpose. And I know Candace has heard me say this, James has heard me say this: idle minds and veterans don't mix. Because our demons start creeping in. And I applaud you, and your story is very inspiring to me, because you went through the trials and tribulations after getting out, and to see where you are now, for me, that makes you a positive female role model for my daughters, because both my daughters plan on going into the military. So if they have questions, I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to reach out to this lady, because she can guide you in the right direction. So
especially going through those things and not even recognizing yourself, going, I'm a veteran and there's things out there for me. Like, you went through those things on your own. And that's for me, what I do and my advocacy, like, that's heartbreaking to me, that not only is it, you have some that are like, I don't need it, but then you have some that you didn't even recognize that was available for you, or that you qualified for it.
Yeah.
Right. That I was even part of the club. And so that's why I say, you know, if it's my story, then someone else may be able to identify. And the more stories we share, the more people that are able to identify and get some answers as well. So I thank you guys for everything that you're doing. It's encouraging to see that you just started a year ago. You're doing amazing. So I'm looking forward with staying in touch with you guys and watching you on your journey and supporting however we can as well. So thank you. Appreciate this time.
You're very welcome. I will send you an email with Brooks' information, Dr. Larson's information, Adam's information, and then we'll definitely get you on to one of the tip of the spears and get you introduced to the guys there, the group there, and see if we can bring your podcast to the forefront as well. And we'll help you any way we can, because that's what we're all about. It's a collaboration, but amongst different podcasters that are veterans. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me at any time, and I will help you as much as I can.
Awesome. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Candace. It's been a wonderful spending this time with you guys this evening.
Thank you, Marquetta. Have a good night.
You have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. How cool was that?
It was really cool. I like her,
I
and
know.
like we were both stuck.
I know, like when she was
I'm
telling,
distracted by the comments tonight, and then well, especially this last one because we are
Yeah.
talking about like having a recognition of the things that are out there for you guys,
Right.
and even knowing, hey, I can get help, or
Yeah.
that there's this help, and then when you open up that can and realizing how much there is,
yeah,
which is hard for you guys because some of you guys, your ego is so stupid big.
it is. You're right. I would
And
agree.
especially you damn Marines and your grunt shit. And you know what? I'm gonna throw James in there too. Like he's not a Marine, but I'm a man, and I don't. It's weak.
Well-
Your thing is you guys have this in your mind where it's weak to
Well,
have emotions or to be
You have
or
to
to need
think,
help.
though. You have to think though. When we're in the military, when we are
Jeez.
trained,
Yeah, you James.
when we're trained, that's instilled into us as we're being trained. You know, in the Marine Corps, they break you down and rebuild you into the Marine Corps image. Everybody says, "Oh, it's brainwashing and stuff of that nature." No, it's not. It's not brainwashing. They break you down and then they rebuild you, and you know they're like,
Technically, like the description of that is
Eh,
brainwashing.
yeah,
Okay, so well, like I said, so Danny right here said he had to go to rock bottom before he knew about the VA.
Yeah.
Why? So then we had this conversation a week ago when I was on here about why are they not going back even years going, hey, this person served. Why are they not in the VA system? Like obviously they were in some shit. Why are they not in the VA system? I don't understand that.
because the VA doesn't care. And you know, like we talked on that episode, veterans now when they get out of the military, they're pretty much streamlined right into the VA because the VA finally, or the government, whoever finally realized, hey, these guys need to go into the VA and start getting everything set up right from the get-go.
So they don't think that's retro. They don't think that goes back.
Well, that's where they put it on us to do it. And
well, that's
like,
shitty. You guys are already going through enough stuff. So here, throw more on you.
right. No, I agree. And I'm gonna tell you right now, straight up, my process of dealing with the VA right now, it's been a headache. And I can see why a lot of veterans say, screw it, I don't want to have anything to do with it. And you know, it's the whole you gotta adapt and overcome and move on and move forward. You know, I've had some hiccups.
That's what
with
pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, let's go ahead, let's get this riled up. Like, come
Yeah.
on, you guys, like, start commenting because this is what we're about. Like, you know that me personally, like, this is what I'm about. It's what I do. I
Yeah.
fight for you guys and
Yeah.
do what I can. And then you are sitting here finally experiencing just the tip of the iceberg getting into the VA. And then James, come on, throw some stuff in here. And Danny, you too. Like,
so
I know
James, I know his story, and
Whew.
you know, he fought an uphill battle for a couple years now, and I think he's finally getting to the place where he's doing what needs to be done, and he's getting what he deserves.
You're right, Michael.
Michael, you
And 22 is actually the wrong number. You know, that's just what's reported to the VA.
Reported to the VA. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Michael. That's why there are so many veteran suicides in the country, and a lot of them are not reported.
Mm-hmm.
And James, I agree. It's a daily battle with the VA. And you know, I got a buddy, Sam Deeds. He was on the podcast. He got blew up by IEDs in country, and they're saying that his injuries are not service related.
Me too, Michael.
You know, and it's just like, holy cow! You know, here he is. He got blew up for his country.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing that pissed me off. I don't care if it's service related or not. Like, you're a veteran, you sign that check. It doesn't matter if it's service related. Your medical should be taken care of no matter what it is. Like James went through it. I mean, you had cancer twice.
Yeah,
twice, and had to fight that. It's
sad. And unfortunately, it's a daily battle, like James says. It's a daily battle. And it took me, I'm going to use James' analogy here, 20 plus years to pull my head out of my ass to go to the VA. You know,
but you're still struggling, like trying to even get that accomplished or get an appointment that works with your schedule because you're still working. Like you still have a full-time job.
So I do have my first therapy appointment scheduled. Finally, I did find one that would work with my work schedule.
Is it within the VA or is it community?
Community consult. So when I started this process, they're like, well, we can send you here. And I'm like, look, this is what I need. I need a community consult because I had heard about it from talking to people. I'm like, I need a community consult so I can have something that's going to be conducive to my work schedule. And they're like, all right, well, let's go through the process. And, they had to write it up and get it, approved to be community. And then when they did get it approved, they reached out to me and said, all right, well, these are the places that you can go. They sent me one and said that they're open up until like 6:00 in the evening. I was like, awesome. That'll work good. So I started calling them, trying to get an appointment scheduled. Well, they close at 4:00. I'm like, well, that doesn't help me when I get off of work at 3 or 3:30 to get from Louisville to Shepherdsville to go to the appointment.
So what happened to 6:00?
I don't know. I guess after COVID, they'd never changed their hours back or whatever. I don't know. So, I called community consult back, told him what was going on. He's like, well, I'll get back to you 5-6 days later. He finally called me back. Hey, did you ever hear about anything? I was like, no, you never called me back. So it was an ongoing battle for 3 months to get an appointment scheduled. And I got one for February. So, fingers crossed, I can get in there and start seeing a therapist on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, however they're going to want me to do this. Because I know my PTS is rampant. Danny was there with me, and he's told Candace some stories from our days in Haiti, and most veterans have PTS.
So that's one really important thing that I want to point out here. Because each one of you that I talk to, and where I talk about this macho, big ego, I'm a man, like, sorry, you see me roll my eyes with it because whatever, like, take your penis and put it somewhere else. It's okay. Because you got right now, I'm going to call you all out. You got James, you got Michael, you got Danny, you got Willis. I almost forgot your name, and you're sitting right here. And I know Doc was watching earlier. I saw him on here, and
he didn't comment tonight.
No, he didn't comment, but James, I'll get to that in a second. Each one of you that I have talked to individually. Sorry, I'm laughing. I can't read the comments while I'm talking. Individually, each one of you. Now, Michael, I haven't talked to you on a personal level, but I'm sure that you've said it too. Tell me if I'm wrong. You feel like you're the only one, and you're the only one that could possibly be having these feelings. You're the only one that could possibly be in this dark place. Well, I know that at some point that thoughts went through your head of, are you the only one that's dealing with this in this way? Are you the only one that's this disturbed by it? Because why would you? Or even fight yourself with it? Like, no, I'm supposed to be this manly man. I'm a Marine, or I'm Army infantry, and I did the Mogadishu Mile. Like, you have these thoughts of, I shouldn't feel this way, but you guys are so wrong. And this is where I want to call you all out and go, look at the comments right now.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
No,
you are not alone. There are so many of you that feel that way, though, that you're by yourself feeling this way.
Well, for me, all right.
And I know he felt that way because he told me, and I'm like, whoa, hold on.
So for me, I knew that there were other people out there that went through the shit that I went through. I just didn't reconnect with them. Like Danny, me and him just recently reconnected. And, I realized that I had a problem. I knew, when I woke up at 2:00 in the morning, sweating from head to toe because of the shit that was going on in my brain. I knew. You
guys are hearing that.
I knew what was going on. I knew something was wrong. Was I in denial? Yeah, I'll say I was in denial because I didn't want to believe it.
Right.
Yes, I will agree with that aspect of it. Now, did I ever think that I was alone? No, because I know that Michael went through something similar to what I went through. James went through something similar to, that I did. Danny, I knew for a fact that he went through a lot of the same shit that I went through. So I knew I wasn't alone. And I know every veteran story is different, and every, like me and Danny, we were in the same unit, but we didn't have the same experience the whole time.
No, but you guys all do have this habit of saying, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good with it. When you're not.
But that's that. And if you've listened to me, we are connected, Willis. Yes, James, we are connected, brother.
Oh, God, James.
And you are loved, James. You are loved.
Sometimes.
So y'all done got me off track. I'm done, people. Y'all, I swear,
I said, you guys always say, I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay, so
there you go.
There you go. You got me back on track.
You're welcome.
Usually,
it down.
Usually, my wife keeps me on track.
If she's still watching, she should tell your daughter to bring me some more coffee.
Yeah, so marine it down. We're going to marine it down. Yes, when you ask if I'm okay, and I say I'm fine. Or if my wife asks, or if James asks, or Danny asks, ask that next question. Ask the harder question. We've talked about that numerous times on this show. Ask that next question, because a lot of times a veteran is going to tell you they're fine, and you can tell by looking in their eyes if they're fine or not.
But sometimes you guys fight us on it.
Yes, we do, and I won't deny that we do. And that's kind of
we know you're lying, Michael. We know it. Like the instant that we ask the question, knowing you're going to lie to us.
Yeah, my wife will tell you she knows I'm lying too. And I guarantee, I know when I talk to James, if he tells me he's fine, I know he's full of shit. So see,
but we do know you walk through hell. We just don't know the hell you walk through. We could never understand what you went through, but you don't have to
do it alone.
Present this, I'm fine, and you're not always fine. It's okay. That's the thing. Is like, I wish people would understand, and you men, because I mean, there's women too. There's the women veterans, but it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
it is.
I know. But for me, as a male, I was always raised to be strong for my mom, my sisters.
You're all a bunch of liars. Your noses are 6 foot long.
I was raised to be, that supportive, strong male figure for my mom, my sisters. And then as I got older and joined the Marine Corps, that was re-ingrained into my brain. And now that I have a wife and 2 daughters at home,
Jesus, James,
I have to be strong for them, even though I know I don't have to, because my wife, she's a very strong, independent woman herself. And I've got a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. She's 16, 17. She'll be 17 in
Went low earlier. Didn't even know how old she was.
Yeah. So I'm raising them to be strong, independent females. But I'm also the male figure in the house that's going to protect them.
Oh, absolutely.
Always. And so for me to say that I'm not okay.
Well,
for what the hell?
What had happened?
What happened was, can you hear us now?
Tell us if you can hear us. We had some technical difficulty.
Hello, donkeys. I don't know what just happened there.
They got tired of us talking.
Hello.
Okay.
All right, so you can hear it. I don't know what happened. Like, I can't hear myself in the headphones. Can you hear at all?
I can hear you in the headphones. I can't. Oh.
Anywho.
Yeah, they can hear us.
All right. So, yeah, I'm lost now because of that. I just
Get
don't
us
know
all riled up. So, James, I went to Massachusetts. You missed it. Obviously, you didn't see the beginning, and came back a Patriots fan and a Marine girlfriend. So, come at me now.
Yeah, so I told her she had to get out of the house because she's wearing Patriot gear because we don't wear that. I got a Marine
shirt underneath. But you're freezing me out down here.
Hey, I got the vent open for you. But anywho, I don't know why this thing is not. I can't hear headphones.
I can now.
Maybe it's me.
What snacks would be cheap? There's nothing cheap up there. Everything's stupid expensive in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you got me calling it Massachusetts. That's what
I've always called it Massachusetts.
Yeah, crowns. Yeah. I don't eat them though.
I don't know if my headphones just went out or what.
Who all did you on the phone?
Hmm?
Willis is having some marine problems right now.
All right, Michael. Talk to you later, brother.
Good night, Michael.
I'm gonna get a different set of headphones. Like I can't hear at all. I don't know if
You know what I love watching sometimes? I know you can't hear. Well, you can hear me right here. When you start seeing certain people come together.
Love you too, Michael, brother.
You know, love you, Michael.
See, now I can hear.
Hope you and Susan are great. But how people are connected. What is wrong? Why is James?
What?
Did you show your butt crack?
No, I didn't show my butt crack.
This idiots. This idiot.
I know. Garlic. I need some garlic.
Oh gosh, you should hear his mom say it. It's so much worse.
Oh man. Oh man.
No.
Anywho, guys. Oh man, now I can like super freaking hear. It's stupid.
What is up with James tonight?
He
is on a roll.
He's having fun.
He is having fun.
Because
you should have just brought him in.
Well, so
Come on, James, you want to come on?
So he's feeling better because when he went down to
sick.
When he went to Georgia for hog hunting, he came back sick. He came back early. So
Let me tell your new girlfriend.
So he's actually probably feeling better now. And so yeah, no, I'm super excited about the guest that we had tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit back on track. Yeah, I got to get us back on track. If you're just now watching, go check out SheServedSheroes.org. It's a podcast. There's also an online group on Facebook that you can join for female veterans. What they're doing up there is simply awesome, and her story is awesome as well. So check them out. That's awesome, James. I'm excited.
I thought you got property. I didn't know anything about a house.
Well, so the property that he was looking at wasn't the driveway was not very good.
Oh, so this is what happens when I disappear for a week. I don't know anything that's going on.
So he found another piece of property in, I believe, Shepherdsville on 44.
Oh.
And he having a house inspection, and he put a.
No, I tried to get a hold of you the other night, and you didn't answer, and then I was busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But anywho, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that's came on tonight. And they constantly come on and watch the podcast and comment and everything. You guys make my job doing this a lot easier, because if I didn't have the comments to respond to or see what you're talking about, that helps a lot. So some of the cool episodes we got coming up the rest of this month. So we got the tip of the spear on Wednesday. That will be, we got two special guests on that. We got retired gunnery sergeant Samuel Deeds, my brother from another mother from Maine, served with me and Danny. We also got the founder of She's the Veteran coming on as well. So some more lady love
on Wednesday.
Awesome. That will be hosted with Triple Threat Vets, the Misfit Nation, the Decision Hour, and Homefront Sitrep. We will be hosting that. That'll be same time, same bat channel here. It'll be on live on Homefront Sitrep. It'll be on the YouTube channel. It'll also be live on Triple Threats pages, Misfit Nation, and hopefully the Decision Hour as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then Next weekend, we have Tabitha Bartley. If you don't know who Tabitha Bartley is, let me give you a rundown of Miss Tabitha Bartley here. She is a badass as well. So she's a Marine. She's a
badass women Marines.
Change maker, public affairs specialist, keynote speaker, Marine. She also is the host of the Oath We Took podcast. She also is involved with the Marine Corps League and all kinds of things. So she's another badass.
Nice.
And then following that up, coming on Monday the 29th, we have Miss Phyllis Abbott from Lady Veterans Connect here in Frankfort, Kentucky up there. We're going to have Miss Phyllis and a couple of her teammates on the show as well. And then we get into February. We got some cool ones coming up. We got a Marine that created a spice company. So like, your spices for your meats when your briskets and stuff like that. It's called Core Spice.
I think I remember hearing about that.
He's coming on. Then we got Team Rubicon. So I've been reaching out to Team Rubicon for, oh God, I don't know how long, quite some time. But I don't want to bed. I would love to be on your show, but I don't want to what? Beg.
No. I asked if you wanted to come on. You didn't answer.
Yeah. But anyway, we got Core Spice, Team Rubicon. Then we have what else I got coming up? On the 18th, I got author Terry Brown coming on. The 19th, we got Go for Broke, which I'm super excited about. Go for Broke because they're out of Los Angeles. His hair's all messy.
Put a hat on.
They're going to talk about the Japanese American soldiers during World War II and the history behind that. We're going to talk about the internment camps that the Japanese American soldiers had to endure and their families had to endure. So Mitch is the president who was also a professor for like 30 years. He was a professor for 30 years, and now he's the president for Go for Broke. Now, if you know anything about the Army guys, the 442nd Regiment, which was mainly Japanese American soldiers from Hawaii and mainland, made up the 442nd. They are one of the most decorated Army units out there. And their motto was Go for Broke, which stems from gamblers on Hawaii back in the day. That was their motto, Go for Broke, because you're trying to win something bigger. So the 442nd adapted the Go for Broke motto, and that's where this organization got its name, is that from the 442nd. And we're going to have them on, and I got some other things lined up. They're not set in stone yet, but I'm working on it. I got Project Healing Waters, which is out of, I want to say, up north, like Maine or somewhere.
Send him an invite while you're talking.
Who? James?
He's dying to get on here.
God bless James.
Put your hat on. Come on.
Stand by, James Thornton.
Yeah, I was sharing warrior rounds with Danny when I was up there and showed him James's
all right, James.
Video.
The invite should be coming your way, my friend.
Go get it and come on.
It should be coming your way.
So you can pester both of us.
But yeah, I got some other ones coming up as well.
You got a great lineup coming up.
Why does it say your email, James Thornton 5555 at Yahoo, is undeliverable?
Everybody has your email now.
It's all right. It's on his business card.
It's true. It's true.
It is on his business card.
Everybody to email James tonight.
For some reason, James, it kicked back and said your address not found. I did spell it right. No, I didn't.
He
Why
did old school spelling of Thornton.
No, I didn't. I just collected what was there. All right, hold on one sec, James. I don't know why it didn't come up right. Invite. I'm gonna have to spell it out this time.
Hey, I know how to spell it. Like, there it is.
That one didn't come up though.
Oh, God.
Anywho, you should be getting it now, James. It should be coming through. Oh.
It's right here.
No, I'm excited to see my buddy Deeds
That's what
again.
Danny was saying. We can't wait to see him. So where was he with you guys?
Deeds was with us in 2nd Battalion 8th Marines Golf Company. He's a golf gunfighter. Hoorah.
So where all were you guys together as that?
So
obviously
Haiti,
Okinawa.
Bridgeport,
Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Uh-oh. Everybody get ready. Look at that face.
Hi, Pumpkin.
Hi, Puddin'.
Puddins. Hang on,
So,
I got to fix my hair.
all right, fix your hair.
Oh, God.
No, Deeds went with us all over, all the way up until I like it. I'm a grumpy old veteran. I like it.
It's so true.
I like it a lot. But no, yeah, Deeds was with us a little bit everywhere. When I left 2A to go to 1st Battalion 8th Marines, Deeds and
Robinson.
Danny was still together. I think Deeds wound up leaving to go to recruiting duty or something of that nature. So we were together for a really long time. James, are you feeling better, my brother?
He looks like it.
You look like it. You look like you're wired. You look like you're wired up on some crack cocaine.
Something.
Anywho,
No, I don't do no damn crack.
I know you don't.
I'm
I know
still
you
fat.
don't.
There's no way I do crack. I'm still fat.
So what do you think about the female veteran that we had on tonight with She Served Sheroes?
I thought pretty awesome sauce.
Yeah, she was. I mean, her story is kind of like yours, and it just drags you in, man. It sucks you. It looks like a big old cigar.
Catch his face on fire.
Yeah. Her story just
So you don't have no hair.
sucked you in, and it was pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy that she went over to Saudi, like, what'd she say, a week or two before 9/11?
Yeah.
Welcome to the military.
Yeah. I mean, she was already in the military, but she went over there for deployment, and then 9/11 happened. That's crazy.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, my Charlie dog's gone.
Why?
I got rid of him.
No, you didn't.
You didn't get rid of Charlie.
For 3 weeks, I did.
Oh, for training.
Yeah. He's in
Where is
school.
he going?
Double H K9.
Now
Double
that's
H.
double HK9 training. Yeah, ain't that who?
Is that through Cassie?
Yeah, everybody uses them. Yeah, Cassie couldn't help me out, so I had to pay.
Wah,
Well,
wah.
that sucks.
That hurt.
Yeah, I bet it did because they're not cheap to train there.
So 3 weeks, huh?
So are you just doing like regular obedience training?
What is wrong with you?
That's what it cost.
3 bills or 3 grand? 3 stacks.
Ouch.
Mm.
That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah, oof.
Mm.
But they're
Okay,
really
yeah.
they're really good though. They are really good. Double H is really good. Little
what I hear.
little on the expensive side, but they are, from what I hear.
No veteran discount?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. What is it without it?
I didn't want to ask.
Okay.
Well, if I remember correctly, I want to say it's like 5 to 6 grand.
But are they doing basic training or like service training?
They're doing
Blah.
intensified behavioral commands with basic commands. Like he's going to learn like I screwed up because I call his cage bed. When I tell him go to bed, he goes in the cage.
Okay.
So his bed that's in the floor over here, we're going to call it place. And when I tell him place, he gets on his bed over there, and he doesn't get up until I tell him to.
Right.
They're going to do thresholds. He won't go through a threshold of a door unless I tell him to. He's going to learn to, like the guy said today, I'm not going to walk the dog, and the dog's not going to walk me. He's going to learn to walk right beside me at all times.
Right.
So it's a whole bunch of stuff, but the main thing is if the dog gets into a stressful situation, he's going to look at me.
Right.
What do I want him to do?
Right.
So that's going to calm him way down, and that's what
Good
I
deal.
need. I can't have the grandbabies coming over and stuff and him jumping up on them. He's not going to try to hurt them, but he will because of his size.
Right.
It's hard to have a girlfriend over too.
That's the first time I ever seen James Thornton.
I know, speechless.
Whoa.
What
I'm not
happened there?
speechless. I just remembered I'm live.
I think they just got ice water downstairs somewhere. Oh man. Anyway, anywho, let's move on. Oh man.
We got really quiet when James got on here. I'm not really sure what to do now. I was on a roll. You messed it
Okay,
all up.
so anyway, I was supposed to be coming back from Georgia about now. So I'm back. I'm almost back on schedule. So February is full of appointments for me, and then of course I have surgery on the 27th.
Right.
So April, I'm going to be ready to roll. So
Yeah,
I need peeps to talk to and stuff to do. Of course, we still got the wall.
Yeah, that's
So,
coming up. And then I talked with Mayor Owen the other day. He was supposed to get back with me about the amphitheater out here in Mount Washington for the Veterans Day concert, which we're actually going to do it on the 9th and not the 11th because the 9th is a Saturday. And I've been talking with Rick. I think he was on here a little bit ago. I think we do have confirmation that our headliner will be Dark Side of the Moon, which is
Nice.
a Pink Floyd tribute band. There's two big Pink Floyd tribute bands. One is the British Floyd, which they're from Great Britain, and then you got the Dark Side of the Wall or Dark Side of the Moon. I forget their exact name.
And you're talking about the veteran concert.
Yes, the veteran
Okay.
concert on November the 9th. It'll be the Veteran Suicide Prevention Awareness Fundraiser.
Okay. So this is going to be Rick's 2024.
Yes,
Gotcha.
It's
Gotcha.
going to be out here in Mount Washington.
Awesome.
I can't believe. I'm really upset, Willis.
Yeah,
Wow.
James is getting ready to be really, really upset when he's talking to me about getting rolling in April.
You didn't invite me to headline.
Oh no. Sing.
I want to hear you sing.
Come on.
I don't sing.
He's going to start singing. All my exes live in Texas.
No,
All my
Georgia.
exes live in the South.
They're in Georgia.
Well, you live in the South, just not the dirty South.
Oh, I've lived in the dirty South. I've got them. Let's see, Kentucky, Indiana. I got Tennessee, Georgia,
How many in Georgia?
New York.
How many in Georgia?
Oh,
Too many.
3 or 4.
300 or 400. Anywho.
I used to be good looking in my younger days.
That's what y'all say.
From the back of your head, it doesn't matter.
You just caught me off guard. I was like, well, wait, what?
$20 is $20, right, James?
$20, $20, boy.
My goodness.
Oh, hell far.
How
Oh,
many
you
listeners
get
you got
along
on
that
right now?
well.
How many
Do what,
listeners you
James?
got on? How many listeners you got on right now?
Just 2 right now. I'm assuming.
Who are they?
I don't know.
I don't.
There's 3.
3 now.
Oh shit! I was going to tell a joke.
Well, one's probably Danny.
I don't know. Danny, are you still on?
We got one from She Served Sheroes still on, and then 2 from the public page at HomeFront Sitrep. So
All right, I won't tell my joke.
yeah, Yes, let's keep it
I do
PC.
have another one though. It's kind of clean, kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you cannot fart in an Apple store.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, they
Wow.
don't have any windows.
I get it. Do you get it?
Oh, I get it. I
No,
was just
she
thinking
doesn't.
about some of the
No,
jokes
she
that I
doesn't.
learned
She
this
has
week, and I
no
can't
idea
tell any
what
of
that.
them.
She has no idea what that meant.
I absolutely do.
What is it?
That there's no windows
Yeah,
in an Apple store.
yeah.
At first, you don't want to shit yourself in a place that has no windows, but Apple doesn't have windows
I already
on their
said that.
PCs.
Right. It's a Microsoft product.
Why did we bring him on?
I don't know.
Because y'all
Because
freaking
he's funny.
Is he?
Because we missed him.
So, Mr. James Thornton,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
going to have to do some of my work for you from afar.
Well, as long as you do it.
Well,
And I would say stage one is learning how to answer that damn telephone.
It hasn't rang.
I think you got the wrong number. New phone, who dis?
Just like Willis had the wrong email.
What? No,
You calling the wrong Candace.
it must have been one of your exes.
Hi.
I know, that's confusing.
Dick.
Hey, you got the right number.
Anywho, guys,
Look, now Willis is done with us.
No, I do have to get off here because I got to go eat dinner. I cooked dinner right before the podcast, and
I can be there.
Oh, I ate some of your steak tips.
So I cooked beef tips and brown gravy, egg noodles, green beans and carrots, and baked potatoes.
I have ramen.
You should have came over.
No, his hair is messy.
I know his hair is messy. You have to
It's
fix
been
it next
cold.
time.
I haven't been able to go out and do nothing.
I know, right?
I get sick.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Anywho, like I said, we have a whole plethora of great guests lined up coming up this month and next month, and they got some things in the works. And I still want to do the military child episode, and I'm looking for listeners out there that have children that either while you were in had children and they dealt with the same kind of deployments and stuff that you went through. Also, I'm looking for children of veterans. Like my two daughters will be on the show with me. They're going to talk about some of their experiences living with a veteran as a dad. So if you're a female out there and you're listening, and if you had children, I'm going to be putting together a military child episode.
I'm a veteran child.
Thank you very much. I'm assuming I don't know where that came from. But yes, thank you very much.
You know who you should reach out to for that?
Who?
That guy that wrote that book.
Which book? Oh,
Matthias.
Matthias, yeah.
That would be an interesting little blurb.
Yeah.
It's a good little book.
I'm going to actually have him back on for too long.
And don't forget, I need a little help with that veteran family that the house burned down the other day.
Yes.
So what happened?
He's
what
70.
Did I miss?
He's 76. She is 75. They've lived in that same house over 50 years, and it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, burned.
So do they have arrangements for somewhere that they're putting them yet?
Well, they're staying with one of their daughters. So food is taken care of, shelter is taken care of, and they do have some clothes. The Red Cross and other people stepped in right before we did. So they do have clothes. So they're okay for the time being. I got them a storage unit today, a 10x10 that they're not going to charge them for a couple months.
Michael's back
because I've got people wanting to donate furniture and so forth. Roll call, Don, they're involved. Yeah. We're going to put some furniture in that. What's up, brother? We're going to put some furniture in there for them. But the main thing right now, and again, I know it sucks, but everybody hates those GoFundMe things. But they're 76 and 75. They can't run down to somewhere and get another job.
Right. Right.
So
You know what I'm saying?
And they're probably living on a
A
fixed
very
income.
limited. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
the living with the daughter is not going to be a permanent thing. So I mean, what's in the works as far as you
Well,
got a
we have to.
storage unit? It's going to be collecting furniture until what?
Well, what we're hoping is that we can get somebody to help donate some time to go in there and bulldoze and clean up the area. They only have a half acre, and of course, it's inside the city limits. So we have to look at the new zoning laws, what they can
Yeah.
put back there. I mean, again, they're 76 and 75. They just want to put a little old trailer there. You know what I mean? But
Can
we're
you
trying
do
to
that
see if
in
they could
city
be
limits?
grandfathered in or something,
Well,
even
are
a
they
tiny
in
home.
city limits?
Yeah, they're right across diagonal from the VFW there.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. I mean, there's trailers up and
Yeah.
down 44 there. So
Yeah, but some of them been there a long time. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
We got to see if we can get them grandfathered
Yeah,
in.
but you got the parks over there too.
Yeah, but you have to have so many acres in
yeah.
order to put a mobile home on. And that's a business. They're not a business.
Yeah. Like trailer park can get away with doing it on a
A massive
4x4.
scale.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost wondering. Whoa! What did you talk to Don about?
Some furniture.
Okay,
And
you need to talk to Don because he has super crazy power connections with Habitat for Humanity.
Well, and I got with the daughter tonight and gave her all Don's info. She's supposed to reach out to him tomorrow.
Because that could be something like that. You don't even
Sure.
need to do a trailer or something. They can go in there and build them a
Well,
little house.
there's also Purple Heart Homes too.
Yeah.
That they can look into.
All right, we got some work to do. So as far
he-
as storage right now, what are you collecting? Like, because that's the thing. You don't want 6 people bringing you a couch. You don't want 8 people bringing you don't want so many of these things that you don't know what to
Correct.
do with it, and then they don't know what to do with it.
Correct. So what I'm going to do, since you brought that up, I appreciate it. I'm going to give your information to the folks who want to donate furniture. You can keep track of what furniture is coming.
I mean, okay, that's fine. Actually, if that's what
And
you
then
want to do, that's fine.
actually what would be really swell if we knew of a restaurant or something that could donate a little bit of food.
We don't know a restaurant that can do that.
Enough for about 10, 12 people, maybe.
You're such an ass. When?
As soon as possible.
I got it. This week, pick a day.
It
I don't have
doesn't matter.
anything.
Whatever works best for you. I can meet you somewhere and pick it up and take it to them, or we can go together and take it to them, whatever you
Okay.
want to do. Dave, you can come.
So where are they at?
If I'm not mistaken, they're out somewhere close to Pioneer Village, Hillview area with the daughter.
Okay. So I'm gonna say not tomorrow. Wednesday or Thursday was better for you. You got any appointments?
Tomorrow I do. I got the inspection.
Okay, so not
Wednesday or
tomorrow.
Wednesday
Okay,
or Thursday is good.
Wednesday or Thursday, doesn't matter.
Let's do
You
Thursday.
tell me and I'll contact the family. let
Let's
them
do Thursday.
know. Okay.
And yeah, so you know what I'll bring. It'll be the same. Let's do Thursday.
Yeah, just enough for 10, 12 people.
Uh-huh.
That way we can give them a little bit of because although she doesn't mind taking care of her parents, especially in a situation like this, we all know the stress and the strain that it would put on a family by adding more mouths to feed. So if we could just take them one meal and there's enough to last, maybe they can have lunch.
Well,
next
you know
day
how
or-
much I bring. So even if we need to stop somewhere and buy like some Tupperware or something and take that way it can be packed up and because you can freeze some of that stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Let's do it Thursday.
Okay.
So how about that? There's a solution.
And
If
on
you want to
my
give my
page-
contact, give my contact. That's fine.
Okay. And on my page is all the GoFundMe information and so forth.
Yeah.
But you need to keep like a list of
Donations and stuff.
what it is that we're looking for. Like, do you have sizes and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. We're supposed to be getting all that. This is still fairly new. It just happened the other night. So
Yeah. Because I'm getting ready to empty a bunch of stuff out of my storage as well because I need to
Down.
wholly condense. It really isn't bad though. Like there wasn't.
No.
I left a whole lot of stuff and then.
well, if I get this house, I got to get a sectional, and I've been pricing sectionals, and I'm not real happy with that.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know
I got
I don't know who got
a
a
couch
huge
and a
sectional in the basement down here that's not really being utilized.
yeah. There's a sectional here. There's a couch and an oversized chair in my
I mean, it's
storage.
not
Like
the
there's a
top of the
dining room
line or anything,
table.
but
Like,
it could be a good, temporary.
I don't know anybody that would have something like
No,
that,
I mean,
or who we would contact.
I'm just
And
standing there.
I would need a table and chairs, kitchen table and chairs.
Got it.
I don't have
And
that.
I have to find a way to display 160 bourbon bottles in that
Yeah.
apron.
Well, good luck. You better be building some shelves.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, see, if you go to the backside, there's a small staircase up, and there's like half a loft up there all by itself. Just a So my only situation with that is that one, the stairs up and down. If I was to go up there and maybe partake in a drink or 50, I might have a hard time coming down those little small
Maybe
stairs.
you should just go up, grab a bottle, and come back down.
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about putting a Batman pole down the middle, fireman pole.
Fireman's pole. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're all gonna get this phone call, and James is gonna be like, "I broke something,"
Now he's gonna be like, "Help! I fall."
and I
can't
don't
get up."
feel it, but I can see it.
Anywho, James, I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna end this podcast, brother. I will talk to you tomorrow, my friend. Deuces.
Answer your phone.
So yeah, like I said earlier today, we had the co-founder from She Served Sheroes on Marquetta. She was simply amazing, and what they're doing for female veterans, I mean, that was simply amazing as well. So peace out, Mike. Thanks for jumping back on, brother. So that was really weird there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, go check out sheservedsheroes.org, or you can go to their Facebook page and check them out. There's a private group there on Facebook. Check out those guys, those ladies up there, what they're doing for female veterans and getting the word out and helping female veterans understand that they're veterans too. Like she said, she didn't realize that she was considered a veteran, with her story. And when she really realized that she was a veteran and it clicked, and now she's out advocating for veterans. I mean, it's just her story from where she went, where she was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
She got back on her feet and she was doing really good things, and she met the love of her life, and then lost him right during COVID. And, and she persevered through that. She overcame the trials and tribulations. That's simply amazing. I mean, it's just an inspiring story.
Well, it's always beautiful to watch that circle.
Yeah.
And, even the heartache and the heartbreak and the painful things that you go through during that and the things that you lose, but then coming back and building yourself up, like literally from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then going, you know what? I'm going to spread the love.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome.
That full circle. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And for me, that right there says she's doing it genuinely because she cares.
Yeah.
Not because she's looking for that 15 minutes of fame.
No.
She's doing it because she cares. And she's spreading it to the female community of veterans.
Because she knows what it felt like.
Yeah. She's been there.
She's
done
got
that.
impacted by it. Yeah. It's
so definitely go check out She Served Sheroes. It's also a podcast. I'm assuming it's available on all platforms. I'm not really for sure. I know you can find them on YouTube because they stream live. So definitely go check out She Served Sheroes. Go to Google, type in She Served Sheroes, and see what platforms they're on. Check them out. Like and subscribe. Also, while you're doing that, make sure you go to HomeFront Sitrep podcast on Facebook. It's a public page. Like, follow, share. Also, go to our YouTube channel at HomeFront Sitrep. Like, subscribe, share. The more you do that, the more that I can get the word out about these amazing organizations that are coming on and sharing their story, what they're doing for veterans in our great country. We all took an oath to defend that flag right there. So ask that next hard question. You go up to a veteran, if you're talking to them, ask them how they're doing. They say, "Oh, I'm okay," or "I'm fine." Ask that next hard question. Ask them how they're really doing. Because a lot of veterans will not tell you that, we'll say we're fine,
Stubborn.
but we're stubborn and we're not really giving you the full rundown.
Mhm.
So definitely ask that next hard question. If my phone rings 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to answer it. I've done it numerous times and I will continue to do that. My number's out there. If you need to reach me, reach me. I'm just inspired by all the female veterans out there that are coming out and sharing their stories and stuff. It's just, it's amazing. And,
I love it.
and for me, I don't think a female veteran should be hidden. They should be highlighted because their story in the military is a lot worse than mine. Some of the stuff that
Some,
some,
not all.
yeah, not all, but females in the military have it harder than males do because it's always been the good old boys network. And a lot of times stuff gets swept underneath the rug because the good old boys just sweep it underneath the rug. I can say that now because I'm not in the military.
Right.
And luckily for me, when I was in the military, I didn't see that because I didn't have females in the infantry unit with me. So pick up your female veterans. If you see a veteran in a car, license plate says veteran on it, male or female in the car, don't automatically assume that the male's the veteran because the female's a veteran, could be a veteran as well. So what I like to do, if I go to a house for my job and I see a veteran license plate and I knock on the door, if it's a Marine, I say, my first question is, who's the Marine?
Yeah.
Never, well, thank you for your service to the male, because I don't know. It could be the female that's the Marine.
Especially after meeting Dr. Larson.
Yeah, especially after,
Like, don't make that
I don't
mistake.
want her to bring vicious and delicious over here to me or not. I do have something in the works with Got Your Six culture. He's making a shirt for HomeFront Sitrep. I'm excited about it. It's going to be co-branded, so it's going to have the same flag, same oath. It's going to have the HomeFront Sitrep logo on one side. It's going to have something cool on the front. I'm not going to say it yet. On the back, it's going to have the Got Your Six culture bullseye on the back. Super excited about that. We're also working on another shirt that's going to be geared to female veterans or females in general. It's going to be a pink long sleeve shirt. It's going to have vicious and delicious for Dr. Larson on it. But it's also,
not all females like pink.
I know. It might not just be pink. It could be black. It could be gray. It could be, but we're going to start out with a pink one, I think, just to start out with. Hi, Jennifer.
You're late. We're getting ready to close out.
She's probably still working. Knowing Jennifer, she's probably still working.
I don't know. She probably just woke up from a nap.
Maybe, because she's stupid busy.
Me either.
All right. I'll talk to him. But yeah, so it's going to have vicious and delicious. And we ain't really worked out with the wording on the front. I think it's going to say, have you met my friends? Or I brought my friends with me. Something of that nature. And it's going to have like thumbs pointing to your biceps with vicious and delicious on it. And then, of course, it'll have the same flag, same oath. It'll have the HomeFront Sitrep logo on the other side. So it'll be another co-branded shirt. I'm stupid excited about that. And I will be eventually here, I'm hoping sometime this year, a brand ambassador for Got Your Six culture shirts. So I'm stupid excited about that because what Matt and Becky are doing out there with their little shirt company is simply amazing. And the organizations that they help, with the,
where are they out of?
They're in Houston, Texas, but they will ship across the country. So check out sameflagsameoath.com and you can go see the shirts that they have on there. So I'm super cool, super excited about that. And then Heroes Media Group, Adam Bird, he is amazing. He hosts the podcast, The Decision Hour, and then his platform, Heroes Media Group, the things that they got going on there for veterans in our country. If you're an author, and you already have a book written, but you want it into audio book, he can help you do that.
Cool.
They can help you with your podcast promotion, production. They help you get sponsors. They do all kinds of things, help you reach a broader audience too as well. So go check out Heroes Media Group. You can follow them on Facebook, or you can go to their website, check them guys out. Check us out on Tuesday. We got the Tip of the Spear Veterans Roundtable coming up. I'm also
Tuesday
or Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I'm also in the works talking with Don Bramer. If you don't know who Don Bramer is, he's the founder of the Bramer Group in DC. He's one of the co-founders of the American Freedom Fund. They got a new, up at AFF, they have a new director. She's going to be coming on. So not really geared to veterans, female veterans, but she is a female, and she is now leading one of the biggest veteran service organizations in DC with the American Freedom Fund. So we're working on maybe a new award from AFF, which, if you know anything about AFF, every year they have the M3 event where they bring veteran service organizations from around the country that get nominated for the Patriot Award. You got Veteran Small Business, you got Veteran Representative of the Year. They have several different awards that they hand out every year at their gala up in DC in December. It's called M3. So you go to joinm3.com, check that out, and you can buy a ticket, go to the event, or you can buy a table. And it's one of their biggest fundraisers that they do yearly is the M3 event. And it's a black tie affair, and you never know who you might meet there. So that it was pretty neat when we went in 2019. And I believe we might be going this year. I think. I don't know yet. I'm working on some things with Triple Threat and Misfit Nation and Adam Bird and stuff.
Cool. Tip of the Spear table.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna get with Don and live and see what we got, what we can work out. So I think that'd be pretty cool. And we might do a live podcast from there with all of us. And talk to some of these high-ranking military officers and sergeant majors. So I'm super excited about that, and I think
really cool.
it'll be pretty neat.
Well, look at you doing all the shout-outs.
So yeah, but other than that, like I say, always stay safe out there, and I got your 6. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.
Stay safe out there. I got your 6.